Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool, and welcome to a brand new episode of New Start Monday Knits. If you are new here, welcome. I am starting a brand new knitting project every Monday. And yes, I do finish the odd one. I have way more whips than I actually have finished projects, but I'm hoping to kind of even the scale, balance it a little bit. I have a whiteboard that I'm keeping track of all my projects on, and I haven't updated it in a while, and I really, really should, but I think I'm probably afraid to because I think I have got my whoops and my finishes and my in progress knitting is a little off kilter, and I think I'm a little scared to add up the projects on either side because I was really hoping to try and keep it pretty even or a little more finishes than whips. And I think if I was to add it up, I think my whips are outnumbering my finishes so far. So I'm going to have to try and even that up. So hello, ladies. I see we've got some people joining us live. I hope you're grabbing your knitting and just kicking back, and we're going to chat for an hour. We're going to talk about, of course, which yarn you guys voted for this week's project. So I'll show you that. I will show you last week's New Start socks. I've got Halloween socks on the needles and a brand new project that I wasn't even intending to work on or start, and I started. So I will show you that. So hi, Suzanne and Jen and Diane. Hi, ladies. So how's your Monday been so far? I hope it's been wonderful. So let's start off with this week's project. I am still all about sock knitting. I've really found my sock knitting mojo. I want to knit all the socks. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that I got an email about sock madness. I think it was just in this past week. So it is just fueling that fire to knit all the socks. And somebody did mention to me that I should be going back to my plan of knitting all the socks and trying all the different heels, because then that is really good practice for sock madness, which is very, very good. A very good idea. So I don't know. I'm just loving knitting all these socks. So I looked in my stash. You guys know, or most maybe you do know, that I am working on cleaning up my yarn room. And it has been a way bigger project, way bigger than I thought. And so I kind of got slowed down the last week or so, but I'm hoping to get back at it. And so most of my yarn is all boxed up and moved out of the way, out of the room, so I can work on reorganizing the room. So I had to take a look at what I still had left, and I have not boxed and bagged up any of my sock yarn. So I looked at what I had as stash. So I'm not sure how long this stuff has been around. The knit picks, I'm not even sure where this one came from because I must have bought this at some point. I'm not sure. Anyways, knit picks, Stroll fingering, Blue Yonder tonal. It's really, really pretty. So Stroll is 75 superwash merino and 25% nylon. 462 yards. So there's a lot of yardage in there. And isn't the colors are really pretty? Does kind of look like the ocean, doesn't it? So the other option was this beautiful skein of Life in the Long Grass. And I'm pretty sure that this came from trying to read the tag here, the sticker on it. And I think I'm kind of guessing that this probably came from Little Red. No, Knit Stitch. Knit Stitch is, I think, where it came from. I was thinking in my head the other option would be Little Red Mitten, but I'm pretty sure Knit Stitch here in London is where this came from. And look at this. Look at all the gorgeous colors, the oranges, the yellows. Has like little bits of purple in there. Isn't it so, so pretty? Um, Anyways, these were the two that I found that both of them kind of spoke to me. I know one is definitely fallish, one is definitely kind of beachy still. So you guys were voting. I put it out there to see which one should I cast on for another pair of socks. I don't, honestly, no, I do have needles. I do have needles. I have a mismatched set of DPNs that I could cast these on with. So I am in luck. I do have needles, but I have got to get something finished here, you guys. I really need to focus on a finish. But having said that, let's figure out what I'm casting on this week. Life in the Long Grass or nitpicks. So if you have you guys knit with either, I'm sure probably some people have knit with Stroll. I don't think I have. It's kind of interesting. I don't knit with a lot of knit picks sock yarn for some reason. So there's Stroll or Life in the Long Grass. Has anybody used Life in the Long Grass? I know a couple people were saying they voted for Life in the Long Grass and then they wanted to know what I thought of it. So I think I mean, it looks beautiful. Your brown shows up differently tonight than on Facebook. Oh, does it? Is it lighter or darker? It looks pretty, um, I think it looks pretty accurate color there. So who said that? Was that Anne said that? I saw that comment. Yes, Anne said your brown shows up differently. So would this have changed your vote, Anne? If this had maybe my picture didn't show up that well. Anyways, this is what it is. So I dropped one. Hold on. Okay. So let me see. So the voting was kind of lopsided, I guess I would say. It's interesting because sometimes the voters on Instagram and the voters on Facebook are completely opposite. And that was kind of the way it went tonight. Facebook was definitely more votes for one yarn than Instagram was. So very, very interesting. Oh, Susanna says, yes, way more variegated. So the colors didn't show up that well. I was rushed. Sorry. I I was yeah, heading out the door to work and I quickly took a picture. So sorry. Hopefully that doesn't make people want to change their vote now. Okay. Oh, Jude says the Stroll makes soft shawls. It would because it's got merino in it and it does feel really, really nice and soft. Okay, so let's see. Anne said, "Oh, it has more different shades. Prettier than you thought." Okay. Susanna says it's more variegated. Diane, you only voted once. Diane's Team Brown. Okay. Well, let me tell you. I will tell you. Okay, so insert drum roll here. So the skein that got the most votes, and it was pretty much, I would say the skein led the whole way through. When I was counting up all the Instagram or Facebook posts, I thought, ooh, the other one may be giving a little bit a run for the other one's money. But in the end, the one that was in the lead stayed in the lead all day long. And the one that I am casting on this week is brown. Life in the Long Grass, this beautiful brown. I mean, and I suppose it's not a big surprise, right? Everybody's saying brown is fall, and the orange and the yellow, which maybe you guys didn't see if my picture wasn't all that good. It does kind of have a fall vibe to it for sure, doesn't it? So this one does. This one definitely does have kind of a summery, beachy feel to it that maybe sadly I'm gonna have to put in my rearview mirror and embrace fall and pumpkins and all the things that are coming up with this new season. So yeah, people were loving the brown. So it is really, really nice. I like it. Colored, the color name is Weathered. Isn't that a fun name? I love it. I can't wait. Liz voted for both. Well, they were both very pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have the receipt still inside the ball band. Knit stitch. That's where it came from. That's too funny. Oh my goodness. I can tell you exactly when I bought it. I bought it October 27th, 2018. So that's not that old. Not that old, but maybe now is the perfect time to knit it, right? Oh, it is really, really pretty. Okay, so has anybody knit with Life in the Long Grass? I don't think I have. I think I just buy it, put it in my stash, and I look at it and never get around to knitting it. But that is all going to change this week. So now the thing is going to be what heel. You know what? What we were talking about doing that sock where you start at the heel, That was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I could do that with this skein. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at this. Look at the colors. Little pop of yellow, little bit of purple, some orange. Definitely, it looks like fall leaves, doesn't it? Look at this orange. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So, anyways, this is it. You guys, wonderful, wonderful voting because this is so pretty. I think this is the one that I would really have wanted to vote for and knit. So, I'm excited. Let's see. Oh, Tammy said, what is this? Gold or dark brown for toes and heels? That would be nice. Gold. Yeah, dark brown, chocolate brown. That would look stunning with this, wouldn't it? All right. I'm excited. This is going to be really pretty fall socks when I don't want to, have Halloween socks. I can just look at that. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Okay. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week. I will wind it up, find those mismatched needles because yeah, I'm not too worried if my needles match. This is what I have this I showed you this a couple weeks ago, I think, right? This beautiful vase, or pot, I'm not sure what it is, that my sister-in-law made quite a few years ago now. So it's just got a bunch of needles. I think I've already pulled out all the small ones. I think these are all bigger than sock needles. So I'm gonna have to go find some of my other vases and see what I can find for more sock needles because I surely have more sock needles around here. So let's talk sock knitting while we're talking socks. So sock madness. If you guys were inspired by my attempts to stay in sock madness last year, and you were thinking that maybe you would want to do it too, sign up is February 1st to the 14th. So I think that's a little different than it was last year. I think last year was a whole month long because Karen kept sending me reminders. She kept sending me messages. Have you signed up? Have you signed up? Have you signed up? And I hadn't because I thought, oh, I've got time. I can do it, because I think it was the whole month long. Well, this time they've shortened it to only 2 weeks. So I've got it in my calendar with an alarm set so I can keep an eye out for an email or go on to Ravelry to figure out how to sign up. So February 1st. But I don't want that to come too soon because we've got all the fun stuff with Halloween and then of course Christmas coming, but then sock madness. I'm like really, really looking forward to this. I've been waiting forward to this ever since I got kicked out about doing it again and seeing if I could make it a little bit farther. And it's so exciting to do, in February. February. Depending on where you live, February for us is cold and snowy and icy and dark. And there's not a lot of excitement. And I think the only exciting thing is my daughter's birthday is in February. So having Sock Madness to look forward to is really, really, really makes me happy. Okay, so my sock knitting. Now, having talked about, like, I'm going to need to knit a pair of socks, within 2 days. So I need to really get moving on my sock knitting, trying to figure out how to knit faster. So my Halloween socks that I was, really, really close to getting. Well, I was about halfway through sock two, I think. So here's sock one. Looks super lovely. Sock two, where was I last week? I think I had just started like a row of this brown for the heel flap. So I got the heel flap and I turned the heel and I have all my stitches picked up around, ready to start decreases. So not a big, a big lot of knitting done on this sock, but a little bit. I made some progress, so I'm happy with that. And I think I said last week something about how, I was just speeding along on this. I was like, 'cause last week I did. Last week I got tons done. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have time to spare. I'm gonna have these done. Well, if I only keep knitting little bits like this, it will be Halloween and I will just be getting them done. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit more done on this. I've got big, big knitting plans for this week. So we'll see how much I get done. But the fiddly part on that, the picking up stitches, the heel turn, all of that is done on that sock. So it is in good progress, just some decreases, then round and round and round, plain stockinette for the foot, and then it'll be done. And then I will have a needle back. So other sock on the needle. This is the Leo and Roxy self-striping, witches boots. Isn't this so fun? So, so fun. Almost wish I could talk Jolyn into dyeing self-striping again. Somehow I don't think that will work. But anyways, here it is. I knit a little bit more on this sock. I'll tell you, the whole theme of tonight is going to be I knit a little bit on this project. You're going to hear me say that at the beginning of every project because I feel like I just knit a little on a few things. So my sock, I am doing the flegal heel on this because Joey had asked me, we've been chatting a little bit about the heel and she was wanting to know a little bit more about it. So I was hoping to actually have started the heel tonight. That didn't happen because I had not knit my foot long enough. I thought I had, and so here's a little tip, which I probably should have already have known, which I guess I did because that's why I didn't carry on knitting. But when I was measuring, before I tried it on, I didn't try it on. I was just kind of laid it on the top of my foot, right right at my toes, kind of up to where you're supposed to go to where your heel, the bend is in your leg to your foot, where that bend is. You want to knit your sock until you're right at that bend. Well, I just laid it on top of my foot and I thought, okay, if I'm here, just pull this little bit around the needle straight, just pull it a smidge. And I thought, yep, that looks like I'm at the bend. Well, because I couldn't try it on, because the one downfall to these little 9-inch circulars, you can't try it on. If it was on DPNs, I could have tried it on. If it was on Magic Loop, I could have tried it on, but not on a little 9-inch circular. So what I did was I got a DPN. Ugh, did you guys hear Daisy? Anyways, so I got a DPN. I slipped a few stitches on the DPN so I had a big enough circumference that I could actually slip it on my foot without losing stitches. And lo and behold, it was too short. All my strategic laying and pulling and stretching, totally wrong. Totally wrong. So thank goodness I actually tried it on before carrying on with actually starting the heel, or I would have been pulling it out. So I had to do a little bit more. I knit, I don't know, I might have only been about here. And then I knit these green stripes, put the stitches on, some of them back on that DPN so I could slide my foot in there again. Still wasn't quite there. So I'm knitting a little bit more and then I'm going to try it on. But I'm really close now and it is a little tricky because it is like every time I try it on, it's like it's like when you get into that knitting black hole where every time you measure, you're the same. You're the same, even though you've knit a few rounds. That's what I'm feeling like with this. Every time I put it on, it just kind of stretches a little differently. So I don't know. I thought I was just going to knit a couple more rounds, try it back on just to make sure. I think what I'm going to do is actually stand up so my foot is flexed. And if my knitting is truly right in that, right where it hinges, right where it meets, then that's where I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to actually measure it so I can see if it's 6 inches, 5.5, 6 inches, whatever it is. And then I'll kind of have an idea next time I want to do, well, for sock number two, I won't play around so much with the trying on. I'll just go with my measurement. So fingers crossed. So, have you guys heard about the flegal heel? I did a little bit of reading about it, so I know a little bit about it. So, Flegal is a blog. So, and I was going to check, and I don't know if she is still blogging. The heel, so the Flegal sock looks like a kind of a vanilla sock pattern that she wrote back in 2007, something like that. Let me see. Did I November 29th, 2006 was her blog post for her sock. And she was saying the sock can be knit toe up or cuff down with the flegal heel. But then her instructions were wrote toe up and on two circular needles. But I don't think you need to worry about the two circulars if you're using magic loop. Um, you could follow it. If you're doing a 9-inch circular or DPNs, you just have to put markers in or know which is your instep stitches and which are your sole stitches. But anyways, it's interesting and it doesn't sound like it's that hard. And it's kind of like a short row because there's no heel flap. There's no heel flap and gusset. It's not that kind of a sock heel. So I've got my markers on here again to mark where my sides are. So what you do is you pick whichever side you want your heel to be on, and then you start doing increases. So this is all free. So I'm not, giving away anything that is paid for information, but you can go and look and you can just search Flegal heel and you should be able to find the blog post. So there's one that has her sock pattern and she writes it all out, toe up. She starts with only 8 stitches and then, you increase out, you do your foot till you try it on. She has a really cool writing style. So she's really fun to read. And does anybody read blogs anymore? That's kind of another question. So anyways, so you go to your sock foot is at the bend and then you start your increases. So what you do is whatever side your heel is going to be on, you increase on either end until you practically double your stitches. She must have wrote this pattern for a worsted weight sock because I think it was the sock had 48 stitches on there. So, but I think you can still play around. You just know you double it minus 2 stitches. And then once you have, so I've got 64 stitches on here. So I've got 32 on one side. I would do my increases on either end until I'm at 62 stitches on one side, which my one thought that popped into my head is, am I going to be able to fit all of these on a little 9-inch circular needle? That might be tricky. I wonder if I can squeeze them all in there. Maybe, 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 maybe. Okay. Oh, Sally said 48 stitches is probably a DK. Okay. So anyways, I think I can totally figure it out. I read through it all and it makes sense. I'm going to try to do my yarn over decrease. And because you're knitting, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm sure you're still working in the round at this point. On the one side where it's your heel, you're doing just like your increase, just as you would for your toes, right? Like you're knitting one, you're increasing, you're knitting across to, 2 stitches before your marker, you're increasing and knitting one, just like the same kind of increases we've always done. Then you're going to knit across the instep. And then I think your next row is just plain. Then you work an increase again on your heel side and just keep going round and round with your one half of your heel, one half of the sock, the heel side is just doubling its stitches. And then once you get all of these heel stitches on this side, then you find your center, and then it's just basically doing just like you're turning the heel for a heel flap and gusset sock. You She gives you the numbers, you go past the center a couple of stitches, and then you do a decrease and knit one more, so it gives you a gap, and you turn and you go back purlwise, work a decrease, one more, and turn, so you have another gap. Then you just keep working um, to your gaps on either side till you're got all your side stitches used up again. So then that is what the flegal sock pattern tells you how to do the heel. And then that was November of, what did I say? 2006, 7, something. That was November. Then the following, okay, November 29th, 2006, if you want to find the sock pattern. And then September 16th, 2007, she has another blog post where she talks about how you can work across your heel flap, decreasing those extra stitches away on either end. And um, so yeah, so Sally's saying you still have a gusset with this pattern. So yes, you must have, there's no heel flap, but yes, I think you will end up with a gusset because you've got all these increases and your decreases. Hopefully we'll see it next week. Have you done it, Sally? Oh, Nikki said I don't know if you can fit that many stitches on an inch circular, but I know, oh, with my even heel socks, you can do that heel toe up or cuff down, and there are 0 increases, so it always fits on a 9-inch. Oh, Nikki, one day I am going to get to your heel. You want to see it? So anyway, so that all of my rambling probably made it sound really confusing, but I don't think it is. I think it's going to be really easy to work. I think it'll be fun. It's not going to be hard to do at all. Simple increases on either end at my markers. Same as what we've always done for like increasing for our toe, toe up. And then the decrease is just like part of my heel flap and gusset. So it's like combining them together. So it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see how it's going to fit. So her second blog post the following year, she talks about how you can prevent the holes at either side. And she says, which I think makes a lot of sense, is that when you're working your heel, I almost said heel flap, but when you're working your heel and taking all those extra stitches and decreasing them in, that heel side is going to have one more row knit than your instep. So then that when you go to join them, you're like here and here, and when you join up, then there's a hole. That kind of makes sense to me. So she said when you're working your heel, you keep going till you find your gap and you keep going out, out, and out, but you stop at when you have 1 or 2 stitches left, maybe 1. And then instead of turning it, then you just start working around. So you don't totally use up all of those stitches, like you've got 1 left, but then you automatically start knitting in the round. So then your heel and your instep match up. Kind of makes sense, right? So I am going to try that. I'm going to try that. Maybe this week. I have a feeling I'm going to get no sleep this week if I want to get all of my projects done. But it's a very interesting concept. So I am excited to give it a try. So let me see. Fingers crossed that that'll all work out. Oh, I've got Nikki's poor sock sitting here. It's got nothing more done on it, Nikki. I'm so sorry. I am so excited to try her even heel sock heel, and I can't get past the ribbing. I'll put it in the queue too. It's on these are the really fun, really long flexi flips. Anyways, it's here. It's another sock that I need to get finished. So anyway, but my Halloween socks are on the needles. They're working their way. I'm getting a little bit more done. So I think I'm pretty close to doing the heel on this in the next couple of nights. So fingers crossed. I will give you hopefully a first-hand account of how this heel goes and how it's going to fit. So I think those were the two socks that I worked on a little bit this week. Yeah, I've got another pair here, but I didn't do anything on them at all. The other project I did do some work on was my orange crush shawl. So the Fiber Friends challenge for the month of September is clear the needles. So basically, if you've got some whips hanging around, finish them up. If you, I guess, if you start something and finish it in the month of September, you've got that off the needles, so that will count too. So my orange crush, I really want to wear this. And which is something that I don't say a lot about my knitting because most of the time I knit it because I just want to knit it, not that I actually want to use it or wear it. But this one I would actually like to wear. I've started my third ball of Croy, so I'm on my third 50-gram ball, and I haven't got a super lot of it knit, but a little bit, a little bit. It's a little squishy if I really squish it. It's not real squishy. It means I need to knit more on it. But anyways, you know what? And I hadn't knit too much on this for a while. I kind of I said I was like, I don't know, maybe like a week or so. I don't know that I hadn't worked on it because I needed to join the new skein and it was still in the skein and I hadn't wound it. And because I hadn't wound it, I couldn't join it and it wasn't joined, which meant I couldn't knit on it. So once I actually made myself put it on the Swift, wind it into a cake, I joined it on, and now it's just here. So whenever I want to knit a couple of rows on it, I can just pick it up and knit on it. So it's back in the rotation and I did a little bit on it. Not a super a lot, but my rows are starting to get long on here. But there, that's where I joined right here. So I got a little bit done. Every little bit counts. Oh no, is somebody asking about my flamingo socks? Yeah, don't ask me about those. I'm going to ignore anybody who asks me about flamingo socks until I know what I did with them or where I am, and then I will come back and tell you where they are. Um, so, oh, Melanie's here. Oh, but Melanie's got to go. Hi, Melanie, if you're still here. Um, so Orange Crush. It's got a little bit of knitting done on it. I've revamped my whole idea of getting clear the needles challenge. I had wanted to, finish a project every week. Yeah, that didn't happen. So now I'm on to plan B, which is I'm just going to knit on a bunch of things. And then the last week of September, which is coming really soon, I am just going to finish everything all at once. So my Orange Crush shawl is getting close. My two Halloween sock, well, this one's only half a sock. Maybe it's not going to count. But this one here, there's a sock and a half here. I could get this off the needles. So I'm hoping at the end I will just have a flurry of finishes. I'd love to have 4, but that won't happen. So I know that. But maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe. We'll see. So anyways, clear the needles is going on. So if you've got something that's close to being finished, work on it and then pop a picture in the Ravelry thread in the Fiber Friends. Does frogging it count? Sally, no. No, Cheryl and I didn't talk about that, about frogging, but I'm going to make an executive decision. I don't know if I saw Cheryl was in here, but no, I don't think pulling it out is going to count. You have to finish it. But having said that, if if you don't like it and you're like, why does this even here? I mean, pull it out just for your own, satisfaction, right? Oh, it's around her neck. Oh, yes. This did somebody ask? Make my night and tell me it was brown, even if it wasn't. Lynn, you are in the winning group. Brown. Brown is the winning yarn. And man, it would knit up into a really nice cowl, wouldn't it? But I think I'm gonna do socks with it. Yeah. So anyways, this is the winning. I could just think I was a model in my previous life. Anyways, brown is it. So socks, shawls, everything is moving along good. Last week's new start is started, but barely. But hey, a start is a start. And here it is. I had 3 colors, and you guys were voting cowl or hat. You guys voted hat, but apparently you should have voted cowl, and I'll show you why in a minute. But anyways, these were my 3 colors. They're all 3 are classic wool, Patton's classic wool. This is what, deep olive. It's been in my stash for 100 years. This even longer because it's an older ball band, and I think it's sage. Yeah. This one here was a brand new one. One of my purchases from Michael's when I keep buying them out of the classic wool. And then I dyed this one with some acid dyes. So these 3 are going together to make a stranded hat. Well, I cast on. And I have a little bit of ribbing done. So apparently all my 16-inch needles are in other projects because I cannot find a 16-inch needle. I have a ton of 4-inch, 6-inch, 16-inch, but no 5s, no 4.5s, no 5.5s. So they're all, I must have a bunch of hats somewhere or cowls. So anyways, I'm magic looping, which is usually not my go-to method. I would always do stuff in the round on a 16-inch needle unless I don't have one. So I am magic looping, which is totally fine. I don't mind doing it. I just prefer the round and round, not fiddling with the needles. But I can do it. I can do it if I have to. So, oh Sally, you voted cowl. Well, wait till you see what I was working on. So anyway, I started this, and this is as far as I got. The pattern that I was going to put into this, I ended up starting a cowl for another design for a class coming up this fall, a stranded color work class. And I started the cowl and I just kept going. Just kept going. And oh my goodness, here it is. And I would have finished it, but I ran out of yarn. And what's even more shocking is that I did not have a second ball. Apparently, I did not buy any extra of this. This yarn all came, well, came from Little Red Mitten. So, sans garn, and this is the Peer Gynt, and 100% it's Norwegian yarn. So, and this is a worsted weight. And this is, what do I have here? Let me show you. I've got 2 skeins of it. This is just a white classic wool that I added in with it. There's a little teeny weeny bit left over. This is petroleum and this mustardy color. It looks a little greeny on the screen. It's more of a gold color. Let me see if it has a name. Oh, dark mustard. Dark mustard, which is exactly what it is. It's a dark mustard. And this petroleum is kind of a greeny gray. It's a really, really pretty color. And the white. So that's what I did. And this is what I knit. So I'm not so sure I'm 100% liking the white in there. It's a little bright, but not too bad. So anyways, I just was finishing my last repeat and needed to do the ribbing. And I ran out of yarn. Not very often do I say I ran out of yarn because usually I can just go up to my stash and I can just pull balls because they just like multiply in my stash. So anyways, this is this. So I'm going to have to buy some more yarn, another ball of this petroleum to finish this off. And I'm actually really, really, really liking this a lot. So so this is what I knit this weekend. This is what I knit. When I should have been working on my socks, I should have been working on my hat. No, I just randomly started a new cowl because I need some class samples. So this is that. So yeah, so see, if only Cowl had one last week, I could have almost had last week's project done. But that's all right. I'm gonna have a hat. Maybe I'll do a matching one. Since I don't know, in the same motifs, anyways, the same patterns. So, anyways, well, thank you. Do the ribbing and dark mustard. You know what, Liz? I thought of that, but then I was like, oh, it's still gonna look like I ran out of yarn if I did it. So I'm just gonna buy more because I love the color, and I think I'm going to reknit it, and this is going to be kind of the small size, and then I'm going to add in one. I'm going to make it a little wider, just for fun, and just because I had fun knitting it. So that was that. I do kind of like it. So I may have to do an online order for the little red mitten and go down and pick that up at some point. So that was that. So this was a lot. I mean, this was the bulk of my knitting, plus my shawl, a little bit on 2 socks. Jocelyn and I have a secret project that I'm not talking about. And Jocelyn and I will be here Thursday night, but we're not talking about our secret project. So we're just going to chat about other stuff. Maybe my socks. Maybe I'll talk about my socks somewhere because that'll be 2 nights away. Maybe I'll have a little bit more done on them. You never know. So that has been my knitting. It was, I don't know, other than the cowl, but I mean, this took up a lot of my time. The more I look at it, the more I like it, which I guess is a good thing. Anyways, yeah, so that was that. So, what did you guys work on this week? I'm excited. I've got big plans for this week. Big, big plans. I'm already, waiting for the weekend to come so I can have full days. I spent a lot of yesterday on Sunday. I went to Eric's house for a little bit, helped him with a few things, did a couple of errands, and then I was home again, and then was home for the afternoon and night. And I just sat and watched Netflix and knit this cowl. It was so wonderful. So I'm looking forward to doing that again this weekend. So it's oh no, the audio is choppy. Oh shoot. Okay. Oh, Sam's saying it's choppy. It's better now. Sorry, guys. I have no idea. One of those tech stuff. Okay, it's better now. Okay. So it was choppy for you too? Oops. Well, hopefully it's cleared up. Okay, but you can still hear. Okay. Oh, that's kind of crappy. Okay. So anyways, what else is everybody working on? Anybody else casting anything on you? Anybody close to a finish? Let's see. Nikki said, Nikki, you're still working on your super simple summer sweater by Ho Hee. So this is for her knit along then, right, Nikki? And what about Stephen West? Is that starting? Is that October 6th? I have October 6th stuck in my head. Is everybody getting ready for that one if you're doing that? Okay, so back to Nikki's sweater, but you're on the split hem. Oh wait. I'm on the split hem. The sleeves are done. If you're on the hem, then yeah, you are almost done. Nikki, that's exciting. Sally's working on socks and shawls. Sally, I saw you put in there how many days it was till Christmas. You guys, it's less than 100 days. That is crazy. We need to like really kick up. If you guys are working thinking any gift knitting, now's the time. Now's the time to start. Should take my own advice. I'd like to knit a few pairs of socks for Christmas. We'll see. We will see. And knit a row on a shawl. Oh, and then rest of your eyes and listen to you. Well, one row is good. Tammy, you need a pair of fingerless mitts over the weekend. Took a break from sweaters and shawls. See, sometimes the little quick knits are good because then it gives you that boost that you've finished something, you've accomplished something. Then you can go back to the bigger projects and all gung ho and get your motivation back, right? Oh, a fall cowl and almost done. Okay. That was so Nikki, that's the Hohi one, right? Good. Jude. Oh, you caved and cast on the autumn socks. That is good. You're saying that like that's a bad thing. Um, how yes. No, get rid of the word caved. You should say something like, I don't know what you should say. But yes, you're super excited that you cast on the autumn socks. That is fun. And finished. Oh, not the sock or the mitten. Okay, but you cast something else on. That's okay, Jude. Kim, you're working on 2 pairs of socks. You got your wool in the mail today for the West knit. That is exciting. That is really super exciting. Kim, oh no, yes, okay, that's right. So Susanna, you're working on the shawl on the bias. Oh, still by your inspirations. So how many balls of yarn is it, Suzanne? Is it just like it's super, super big, or just you haven't had a whole lot of time to work on it? Sally's making a Halloween shawl. That's going to be so fun. Yes. So you guys all know Jocelyn and I are doing this knit along, the Halloween Fair Isle scarf. So we talked about it before. It's stranded work. It's really, really fun. It's a super long scarf with fringe. And Jocelyn and I are trying to get it done in a month. But you guys, if any, there was a few people wanting to knit along with us. We can knit right up until Halloween and then post and do some fun poses, Halloween night or, getting up close to Halloween with spooky decorations behind you or something. I think it would be so fun to see in even in just any knitwear, like Sally's Halloween shawl. It would be fun to post some pictures and see where everybody's wearing their Halloween knits. Lynn, this says Liz, you have socks for, you have socks for autumn socks? You have yarn for autumn socks? Oh, yarn. Yes, okay. Lynn, you're not knitting, but getting ready to pack up your fiber room as we're moving. Oh, that's right, and downsizing. I remember you talking about that. A lot of cleaning happening. Yes, that would be hard to do, wouldn't it? There's a falling leaves sock cowl going on by Denise of Earth Tones Girl. Oh, that sounds fun. So, Sally, does your shawl count towards then that cowl? Susanna, you finished 2 crochet bags. Well, that's why your shawl's not getting done or your scarf, your bias scarf, because you're working on other stuff. But that's okay. You're getting stuff finished. Hi, Karen. Oh, the Christina hat just started. Fun. That should go quick, right? I'm one to talk. I always think this won't take me long. I can get this done. And then I never do. But I'm going to start next week. Every week is a brand new week. I like wipe the slate clean of, not getting something finished, and I can always hope for next week. Jocelyn, you've got a Halloween hat pattern. Oh, you want to release next week, so you're working on that. Yes, fall equinox cowl starts on Sunday, so you got that ready today. So you got lots of fun stuff coming up. That is really fun. I can't wait to see the Halloween hat. Liz, that is the sock cowl I have yarn for. Oh, okay. Oh, Sally, that's the sock yarn. Oh, the Denise of Earth Tone Girls. Well, that's exciting, Liz. Sally, no, you're knitting false. Oh, you're knitting fall socks too. Of course, fall socks, Halloween shawl. Absolutely. Susanna, you're using Karen's skinny cakes. Oh, in the tiramisu colorway. Nice. Skinny cakes are fun. All the carrot cakes are just fun. The colors are so fun. Jen, oh, you made some mittens last week, and you're also working on okay, Jen, I don't even want to say that out loud. Okay, tell me that's not this year. So Jen, did you guys read Jen's comments? So okay, this is pretty impressive, Jen. I need to channel your knitting vibes here. So Jen said she made some mittens last week, and she's also working on sweater number 20, which is a cable sweater. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. That's the name of it. I was like, holy moly. But Jen, you knit so fast. I'm thinking, but could even you do 20 sweaters? Thinking, well, maybe if they were kids. Sweater number 20 is the name of the sweater. The sweater is number 20. That's hilarious. Okay. But seriously, how many sweaters have you knit this year? I'm guessing it's probably a lot. Mary, yes, Mary's working on her Halloween. Oh, Halloween jelly roll blanket. Hello, Mary. It seems like forever since we've chatted. Oh my gosh, Halloween jelly roll blanket. That jelly roll blanket pattern is a lot of fun. I like that. Oh, Jen says you have not knit 20 sweaters, but I thought maybe you did. Like, I would not put it past you, Jen. If they were, baby sweaters, kid sweaters in there, you could do it. Me, probably not. I'm trying to do 12 pairs of socks. I don't know, 20 sweaters, but that's funny. That's really funny. Okay. Susanna, nope, you had to rip out 27 rows because of drop stitches and have only reknit 14. Oh, well, that's kind of a bummer. But that's all right. You'll get it knit back up. Sam, am I going to help you with color work on Thursday? Yes. Did you get it started? You were going to try, we worked on it last Thursday and you had homework to do at home. How did you make out, Sam? Jocelyn says, Mary, a Halloween jelly roll sounds so freaking amazing. Jocelyn, you totally need to do it. Absolutely, you do. Autumn just finished, clue number 3 on the Mountain Mustangs mystery knit along. That's the halfway point. Okay, that's exciting. Okay, so now how are you liking it? I know we've chatted before about mystery knit alongs, and it's kind of, I don't know. Some people like them, some people don't. Are you liking what you're actually knitting? Are you going to like it? Are you going to keep it, or will you rip it out and use the yarn for something else? Jen, you have knit 15 and have 2 on the needle. So see, 20 is not a stretch at all. You could have 20 done. 15, 16, 17 plus 3 more, and there's October, there's like still 3 months. I think you can do it. 15 sweaters. Oh my gosh, Jen, I want to be you. Oh, good. Autumn, so you're thoroughly enjoying the mystery knit along. That is super fun. That is fun. I know. I know I've told this story before about our guild. Maybe it's just our guild members. Maybe it's just them. I'm just kidding, of course. But I know every time we have tried to do a mystery knit along, nobody ends up liking it. They thought, if they could have seen what the shawl was going to look like, then they would have picked different colors. But because it was a mystery and they picked the colors they did and the way they go together, they're not happy with it. And I don't know. So we just quit doing mystery stuff because everybody like didn't finish. They got partway through, didn't like it, didn't like their colors. It's crazy. Like it's a thing with our guild because we still talk about it, right? That remember when we did that. And yeah, I don't know. We just didn't have luck. Maybe it was just the projects we picked. Anyway, I mean, but I guess that's what you get. A mystery is a mystery. So you have to be prepared that it is a mystery, right? Sam, you're going to try to finish your Halloween dishcloth. I would love to see it on Thursday. Kim, I think Stephen West gives so many good color ideas, it makes his more viable. There. See, maybe that's it. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe ours had just said, yeah, I can't. It's been quite a while since the last time we did one, but I think it was kind of like you need a bright color, you need a dark color, don't use variegated or don't use speckled or something. I don't know. I think maybe just mystery knit alongs were not these ladies' cup of tea. That's what I'm thinking. Sally, you've learned to see the you've learned to see the pattern first and decide if I want to do it. Oh, you hacked your cozy up wrap. I saw that. It looked really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. Um, oh, was that the no, not the cozy up wrap. Did who post somebody just posted throwback sweater. That's what I'm picturing. I saw that on the Fiber Friends group earlier today. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyways, lots of fun projects, you guys. Everybody's got something fun on the needles. I'm still astounded that Jen has got 15 sweaters done. Even though I know that that should not surprise me, it's still, I'm in awe. 15 sweaters. Again, I'm trying to get 12 pairs of socks. I'm struggling. Okay, that'll be my goal maybe one day is to be as productive as Jen. That could be on my wish list. That's my bucket list. Okay, let's see. Susanna says, Louise, it is 250 grams, 727 meters. That's the skinny cakes. Hmm. Oh, and you're going to use all of it. Well, it will be beautiful. Be nice and big. Mary says, last year's Stephen West cowl was fun, but mine looks like frosting on a cupcake. See, yeah. And so, yeah, I think you have to go in with a very open mind about what you're getting, right? And it's more maybe the process and the stitches and just the fun of seeing it emerge on your needles, whether you like it or not. Did I read your comment about, oh, Sam, oh, what is this? I didn't do any on it yet, Louise. I didn't know it was your homework. Well, you do now, and you've got a couple of nights before we see each other. So try it. Try it. It's just knitting, right? If it doesn't work, I mean, that's the only way you get better at it is by trying it and pulling it out, trying it again, pulling it out, and trying it again. So sometimes you just got to get all those tries under your belt, right? It's all worth it in the long run. Oh, this is Jocelyn or Susanna. So you're gonna use up all that skinny cake, so it's gonna be as long as Jocelyn is tall. That'll be awesome. That'll be fun. Oh, well, you guys, we are almost at our hour. I am just sitting here thinking, what am I going to knit on tonight? The flegal heel sounds super exciting. My Halloween sock, my orange crush. I'm just gonna sit and look at this because I can't do any more on it till I get some more petroleum. I was trying to think, I was talking to my daughter tonight because she lives um, it's within just a few minutes of Little Red Mittens. So I was tempted to have her go pick me up some yarn because I can't get to Little Red Mitten, but but I am teaching there Friday night. So I will be there, but I'm thinking Friday seems like a really long time and I want to, now. So I'm trying to see if I can somehow get it a couple of nights earlier so I can finish this and start on another one. Or maybe I will just have to be patient and wait until Friday when I'm already there. Oh, I'll have to focus on my socks until then, maybe. Sally, throwing it back wrap. Okay, so maybe that was yours that I saw then, Sally, and it had lace on the bottom. Maybe I just saw throwing it back and I thought of Cheryl in the cardigan. Anyways, it looked really, really pretty. Okay, let me see. Da-da-da-da. Diane, you're working another test knit? Those are always fun. A capelet, all lace and cables. That's nice. Oh, a silk blend. That'll be stunning and so nice. Oh, silk blend. Oh, silk blend or linen and silk. Yeah, does sound beautiful. That sounds wonderful. Well, you guys, no wonder I get all these new starts because you guys are just all so inspirational. All these beautiful yarns, wonderful patterns, always so many things to cast on. So I'm going to try to work on a few. Nope, not even going to say that. Stop myself before I say the F word. I'm just going to make some good progress on a whole bunch of projects this week. That is my goal. That is my goal because that I think I can do. So, you guys, it has been a lot of fun chatting. Thank you so much for voting for this beautiful Life in the Long Grass. It is really nice. It would be a really nice cowl, wouldn't it? It's nice and warm. Probably going to be chilly when I take this off. So lots of fun. I got lots of stuff to do. And then, like I said, Jocelyn and I will be back here Thursday night, 7:30. So half an hour earlier than we started tonight. And as Jocelyn and I do, we do not know what we're going to talk about. We're just going to grab our knitting and a drink and get comfy. And we typically chat for about an hour and a half. So Thursday nights, come and join us and with your knitting. And we always have very interesting conversations about who knows what. My F word cracks me up. I know. Not very many people have the finish as an F word, but in my case, it truly is an F word, isn't it? Finishes. It's like my nemesis. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for voting. Thank you, as always, for joining me live because these Monday nights really, truly do kick my whole week off. You know, the voting is always super fun for me to check periodically. Not going to really tell you how often I check. I check it maybe more than I should when I'm at work, but just a quick look on Instagram or run over to Facebook and just kind of do a quick look to see which way are people voting? What am I going to be casting on? It is just a great way to start Monday, and then coming here and chatting to you guys is super, super fun. So I hope this helps you get your week started off on the right track. So have lots of fun knitting with whatever you're working on, whether you're starting halfway in the middle or getting close to a finish. And we will chat. Hopefully, we'll see you guys Thursday night. If not, I will be back here Monday. And we will talk about whatever new start I'm starting next week. And maybe I will have good progress. Good progress on all the rest of these projects. So good night, everybody. Happy Monday, and I will see you Thursday night. Bye.